sequence. I call it kind of a lazy yoga because it's very simple. You don't have to, well, make a lot of effort, so to speak, but just listen to your body, use the breath, and work with sort of a restorative or yin yang style yoga to activate and get everything going. So we'll go over to the mat now. We've got a beautiful view here from Beyond Nomad. I'll try and just move the camera a little bit closer so it captures the view and a bit of the yoga at the same time. Valley, view into the valley of Welawaya there. Okay, so first thing we'll do is just focus ourselves on seating position. Really, really important to be comfortable. So first thing I'll show you is bolsters here. These are very handy if you're not so happy about being on your knees or tops of your ankles. So take the brick, yoga brick, place it at the edge of the mat, just in the center here. Better have the mat sideways so you keep everything, your legs and everything on the mat. Not getting cold from the floor. Then you just cross your feet just at the ankles here. Slide the bolsters underneath. And you've got a really nice, stable posture seated here with contact with everything. The reason for the bolsters is you could be like this, but no contact. It doesn't feel as connected as you're doing your poses and techniques. So the other one, this is one of my favorite ones, is if you are okay with being on the knees, try Thunderbolt here. That means knees, toes on the mat. Make sure you're at the right distance there. So you don't have your toes hanging out the back. Then just separate the knees. Take again your yoga brick and slide it under there like a bicycle seat, just the base of the spine. Now, if you don't reach down to the block, the flexibility, etc., then you can take a second block, just place it on, and stack it. Important thing with this pose again is make sure you're comfortable with the knees and tops of the ankles. Okay. So we'll jump into it here, just for a little variety in the camera. I'll use the bolsters. So just stepping back here, brick, sliding the bolsters underneath, and just place our fingers in mudra, forefinger and thumb together, palm facing down on the knees. Close our eyes, roll the shoulders back. Remember all the breathing today through the nose, deep inhale and exhale. Take your right hand, place it on your abdomen. Just feel the gentle contraction and expansion with each breath. Keeping the eyes closed, again, just focusing on the breath here. Gentle rise and fall with each breath. The abdomen. And now opening our eyes, placing your fingers out in front of you. We'll start with a gentle breath work here, pranayama called Pranamudra. And this is to move the energy from the base up to the crown. So with the inhale breath, just guide your hands up. Keep your eyes open the first time you want, just watching along, or you're observing. And then raise your hands up to the palms, facing the sky, elbows facing the mat. Make a small retention of breath here. 5 ohm, 4 ohm, 3 ohm, 2 ohm, 1 ohm. And then retracing your steps. Exhale breath. Bringing the hands down. Again, all the breathing through the nose. Once you're there, completely compressed all the air out, ready to inhale again. And just bring the hands gently back up. Do 3 more rounds here, just at your own pace. If you want to hold a little bit less or a little bit top, or at the top, that's fine. And when you finish, just place your fingers on your knees. We'll continue from there. And then once your hands are on your knees, take another breath. Maintain the eyes closed just for a moment. Observe the sensation, breath and the movement, synchronize together there. And now when you're ready, open your eyes, raise your arms up to the sky, deep inhale breath, lengthen your spine, getting a little bit of movement now, looking upwards, tickling the clouds with the fingers, and then letting the arms out to the side, and again, moving the fingers like a piano player here. Just one direction, then the other. Raising your arms up to the sky again, deep inhale breath. Lacing the fingers together, pushing the palms up, open the forearms, wrists, shoulders lengthening, back lengthening, gazes upwards here. Deep belly breath. And exhale, just let yourself off to one side. Again, try to close your eyes during most of this practice, sending the air, the oxygen to the area that's being activated. Stay there for another breath. And when you're ready, inhale breath back up to center. Pushing in the palms up to the sky. And then exhale. Off to the other side. Gently swaying. Holding here for a moment. Again, try to keep the head in the center and the arms completely straight. Just focusing the activation in the side torso. Inhale back to center. And we'll just let our hands here on our knees for a moment. Pause, close the eyes. Deep belly breath here. And now we'll go for a twist. So raise your arms up to the sky. Again, lengthening out the back and the shoulders as much as possible for getting verticality before a twist. Take your right hand, place it on your left shoulder, and your left hand, wrap it around your waist. Try to catch the outside of your waist with the back of your hand. And just pushing gently with what I call gentle insistence. The exhale breath, pushing back on your shoulder and looking over your shoulder. Again, with the exhale breath, trying to find some space. Activating the lower back of the shoulder. Gentle stretch. Remember, don't force or strain. Just go to where you can maintain still your yoga smile, but you feel like you're doing something nice. Closing the eyes, setting the breath there. And then we'll just gently unwrap ourselves. Raise your arms up to the sky again. Deep inhale breath. Moving the fingers. And then exhale this time. Left hand on the right shoulder. Opposite hand. Wrapping around the top of it with the waist. Pushing the shoulder back. Looking over your shoulder with the exhale breath. Finding as much space as you comfortably can. Doing a twist here. Take here for a couple breaths. Inhale, come back to center. See, I have a yoga strap here for today. This is optional. If you have a tie, a cloth, anything it could work. I'm going to go for one that has a very curious name. The next pose, it's called the cow face pose. So you take the strap, maybe about length to the elbow here. Raise it up over your head and your back. This is for the shoulders. The elbows pointing up as vertical as possible. Take the opposite hand up and around. Shoot it up. And then connect the two hands with the strap here. Really important, that opposite hand that goes underneath you. Lift it up and around to open the socket there. And once you're here, don't lower your head. A lot of people do that trying to make space, or so they think. Keep the head raised. Good vertical position, good breath. Don't want to cut off the oxygen flow. And then when you're ready with the exhale breath, maybe try inching or moving those fingers a little bit closer, pushing the shoulders back, the gentle exhale breath, or combination of the two things. Finding a little bit more space and opening the shoulders here. So one more breath here. And just gently release the straps. Before we go to the other side, let's get a little circulation going in the fingers. So flicking the fingers, circulation there. And now we'll take the strap again, at length of forearm or so. Drop it behind you, with the opposite hand, elbow facing upwards, and this hand that's free, up, up and around, opening the socket, and then shoot up the center of the back. Again, keeping the head raised for good vertical breath. Bring the two ends of the strap closer together by inching the fingers. And then once you're comfortable there, just close your eyes, send the breath to the shoulder area. Maybe with your next exhale breath, try to bring those fingers a little bit closer and or pushing the elbows back away from you, opening the heart and chest. And stay here for another breath. Enjoying the moment, noting the sensations there in the shoulders. Leaving the hands as you're holding onto the strap. And now just gently release. And again, activating a little circulation of the fingers, like we have water on them now. Towards us. We'll do a gentle wrist roll as well. So taking the hands together, just rolling them forward. Close the eyes, add the breath. Push away, exhale. So bringing the fingers towards you, inhale. Nice and slow. Just enjoying the moment, being in the present with the breath and the movement working together. Pause and then come back the other way. Bring the hand towards you, inhale. Pushing out, exhale. Raise your arms up to the sky again. Deep inhale breath. And one last thing here for the shoulders. Just dropping the fingertips on the shoulders in big circles coming up and around. Inhale breath as you're coming up towards the nose. Make your circle there. And then exhale as you're going down. And one more time around. Once you're at the top, you have those elbows there at the nose. Take a little pause and change direction. Back the other way. Keeping everything equal with yoga, balance. We go one way and we go the other. Add the breath element. Inhales are coming up. Exhales are swooshing back. Again, with the eyes closed if you can. Just focusing on the movement and the breath working together here. And then release. We'll do one last thing in the seated position. Just a gentle back bend. So raise your arms up to the sky, hands together. And looking up at those thumbs, try to bring the hands just a little bit behind your crown of your head. Bring the shoulder blades together. Gentle upper back bend here. Deep belly breath. And then exhale, release. So now we'll go on to the laying on the mat part of this sequence. So removing the bolsters, the cushions. This is one side. And the bricks. Keep those handy for one or two things. So now, I wouldn't believe it's cold here at the equator, so yes, I had socks on. That's okay, we warmed up a little bit. So get rid of the socks, as it were. And we'll start off here, just getting a little bit of circulation back in the legs after being seated for so long. Take your hands, just place them behind you, fingertips behind. Try to support your lower back with your forearms. And just window wiper side to side. Moving the feet side to side, shaking it off literally. And then we'll work our way up from there. So first, we'll start with toe crunch. So pushing the toes away, exhale. Bring them towards you, inhale. More times at your own pace with the breath. Just the toes. And now we'll work our way up. Take your hands, place them on top of your knees. This is a way to work out the muscles around the knees. Can't actually do the kneecaps, but it's also very good after being seated like we were. So place the hands on the knees and flexions with the breath. So inhale. You want to flex all of the muscle around the kneecap. It's a very subtle movement. Hold it there for as long as you can, just a moment or two. Then exhale, release. Do this 10 times at your own pace, and when you're finished, place your hands on the mat, and we'll continue from there. And take your time. Rush. Focus is just maintenance. These techniques come from a series called Palamuttasana. Prancha Hatha. That's focused at longevity and maintaining everything in the body working correctly. One more time if you're not already there. Now we'll go for one of my favorite dynamic moves because it's so unusual, just the name itself. This is called the butter churn. It has two really interesting benefits in it. Not only does it move the torso area, but it activates underneath the legs, doing a forward bend sort of with a dynamic movement, and is also considered very useful for sciatica. So particularly good after long travel, if you're in Sri Lanka, for example, in the car or bus. So raise our arms up in the sky, deep inhale breath, grabbing what's an imaginary butter churn stick, and then letting ourselves forward with the exhale breath, tucking the belly, finding as much space as possible. Doesn't matter how far you go. Just once you're there, then start turning in clockwise fashion, keeping the arms straight, bringing the imaginary stick towards the center. Once you're there, and you push out around the other side, exhale all the way forward. So you're getting a great movement here with the breath. So pulling in, inhale, and pushing out and around, exhale. Try to straighten the shoulders, bring the head a little bit more to center as you're coming back. Continue with your own pace, with the breath here. Making that space really important on the exhale, so you can go just a little bit further, tucking the belly. And we'll go one more turn. So when you're right there at the center at your toes, just take a pause, stop there for a moment, and now we'll go back the opposite direction. Again, always keeping the balance. And so inhales, you're coming around now counterclockwise with the butter churn stick, and then pushing out and around. Exhale, back to the other side, down to the toes. Just keep going with the breath. Okay, one more time around. Inhale, pushing all the way back out again. Exhale, hold there for a moment. Just drop your hands wherever they land. Toes, shins, knee, wherever. Even the mat. And then looking forward. Just take a breath here. Raise the head a little bit. And then slowly slide yourselves back. We'll do a counter for this. We've done a lot of forward leaning, so we'll go for now for a half bridge. So bring your heels in towards the glutes, head on the mat, and then once you're situated, shoulders are flat, just lift the hips up as high as you can. Now, if you're feeling good here and you want to go a little further, lace the fingers together, tuck each shoulder blade underneath. This brings the balance point just more on top of the shoulders and back of the head, allowing you to lift the hips a little bit higher and do a slight more activation for the lower back. So either way is fine. This is the one way. As I always like to show options, another version of this as well. It's a little bit more advanced, but be careful, particularly with elbows. But you can slide the palms underneath the lower back, just at the waist, and release the weight into the palms, releasing any tension. And if you have this just aligned, it feels very, very, very good. Especially if you've been sitting in a car for a long time or any type of activity. And then unlacing the hands from the waist, let yourself drop down, or on just lowering your weight, hips down if you're in a normal bridge position. Bring your knees up to your chest, lace your fingers across. Keep your head and your shoulders flat on the mat here. Just a gentle knee hug, side to side. Again, releasing further any tension there in the lower back. Now from here, we'll go for one. It's really nice for the hips. We'll do 2 more hip ones. So bring the heel on top of the leg, just above the knee there, and the other foot flat on the floor. Once you're there, take your hand, thread it through, lift that foot that's on the floor, and catch either your shin or the thigh, whatever's more comfortable for you, wherever you can reach comfortably, and get the head back down on the mat. And then pulling both legs towards you, you'll feel the activation here on this leg that's on top, the hip area, and the back of the thigh. Stay here for a little while, a couple breaths. And once you feel comfortable, if you want to try going a little bit further, finding a bit more space, pull the arms, the legs effectively towards you with the exhale breath. Again, closing the eyes, sending the air, the oxygen to this hip and thigh area. And then release. And just bring both knees to the center again, to the chest. One more knee hug. Reset between changing sides. And then drop the opposite foot now to the mat. Heel close to the glute. Other heel just above the knee. Take the hands. Lace one or thread one through the leg that's bent and the other one around the side. capturing either the shin or the thighs, placing your head down completely flat on the mat, shoulders flat, and then once you're there, comfortable with the next exhale breath, try making a little bit more space, bringing both legs towards you as you pull the hands towards your chest. And then release. Bring both knees to the chest again. One last knee hug here, side to side. And we'll drop the heels down. We'll take advantage of already being in half bridge position. Go for one more for the hips. It's one of my favorite ones. I call it the hip, the butterfly brick. It's essentially, really, really important. Don't sit on the brick. Lift your hips up, slide it under, place it here just in the flat spot, base of the spine, right where the waist is there. So it's comfortable. Don't want it too high on the kidneys. And then you take your feet and just like butterfly pose, place the soles together. And with this extra elevation of the brick here, gravity pulls down a little bit, opening the hips nicely. It's just what's a very gentle pose with the palms facing up and a calm breath. Just relax, stay here for a while. And remember, if you get up before we say get off the brick, please do so lifting the hips. Don't try to sit up on the brick because the corners could be quite troublesome there. Okay, now bring the knees back together. And again, lifting the hips carefully, sliding the brick out and placing to one side. Now, grab a bolster, or if you have two bricks, you can do that as well. The idea here is to go for a gentle back twist before we take our final Shavasana, resting pose. So the bolster, the bricks are for the knees and the feet. You'll open the hands either all the way, or in my case, a cactus. You're limited with space. Bring the knees up to your chest, high as you can, and then just drop them on top of your bolster or the bricks. Once you're there, this is to keep the shoulders flat. Then just turn the opposite direction of the knees and feel the gentle release here in the back as you're doing a supported twist here on the cushions. You're feeling really flexible in the spine. You can keep the shoulders flat. This bolster or bricks are optional. And do the twist as long as you have full contact with the floor. And now coming back to center, placing the fingers over the knees, rocking side to side. And now just take the bolster, switch it to the opposite side. 4 bricks works also as well. You need 2 bricks, one for the feet, one for the knees. And then dropping over. Again, cactus or arms out straight, palms facing down. Looking the opposite direction. Just feeling the release there on the lower back. And another breath here. And when you're ready, just come back to center. Bring the knees together. Lace the fingers across the top. And then side to side, rocking out any more tension. Getting yourself prepared now for Shavasana, final resting pose. And here you want to be comfortable. Make sure your feet are completely on the mat or mats. Your head's on the mat. Shoulders are flat. In my case, a little hoodie. Keep away any draft. And then your palms facing up. Again, relax everything. So meld into the mat. Let the benefits of today's practice take effect here. And we'll stay here for some calm breaths. And now move our fingers, our toes, reactivate, and then just roll gently to one side, using the two hands as a pillow, recalibrating here for a moment. taking a couple breaths. And again, just enjoying the moment, feeling the benefits of today's practice here. And then with both hands, lifting ourselves up, seated position, cross-legged, and just hands on our heart. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining and sharing. And hope it was a good sequence for everyone. If you haven't already, please join or subscribe to the Michael Sands Yoga, Meditation, and Skateboard channel. And I'll be posting things again shortly. Happy to have my tripod back and be able to share. Have a great day. Namaste.